I'm unmuted. Show is done.
I'm Hill Gamer, and this is the breakdown.
So funny.
Hey, everybody!
I'm gonna sound like him. I'm the highest.
Oh yeah, just so you know, the world's a family baby. It's your first time. We can do that. I feel like we can do that. That's good. Hello!
Hey.
Normally you guys would be seeing Kat, but today is a very special episode. And apparently we have
Two intros.
Yeah, we have too much audio all of a sudden. So Kat, just real quick to catch you guys up, Kat is volunteering with the Red Cross, and she's actually taking a training course with the Red Cross to be ready to do that. So we can't really pick on her. But in lieu of Kat being your host, you don't just get me, but you actually got a special appearance from the infamous Bradford.
Yeah.
Literally, when Kat and I argue about Bradford and who is really his best friend, this is the actual Bradford, and he's at my house hanging out in the studio today, not at Kat's. So I'm just saying, Kat, I think that
we
whole
hung
argument is
out
over.
earlier and got to do a
Yeah. Like,
So.
let's be honest here, as we all know. So I am gonna be.
We got some good pictures.
Yeah. Kat says my BFF Bradford.
Yay.
We just went over this. Kat is my BFF. Your associate.
Oh, that's not true.
That's how it works. So that's right. This is actually Bradford in the studio.
Hey.
We were actually having an interesting conversation, so I'm going to divert immediately. We are sponsored today
By Lucas.
by Pernicious.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got the Stranger Things Lucas glass, and that spawned a conversation about Stranger Things. My household is a pro. We're Team Lucas, I guess is the term. And we were just talking about if anybody from Stranger Things should get their own show, it should be Lucas.
It should be Lucas. I think so.
Like the character, but then you were saying
I think it should be Static Shock.
you think the actor should play. I don't even know the actor.
Yeah.
Should be playing Static Shock.
It's like McCall or something. I don't know.
You can Google it. Look, he can Google it.
Yeah,
right here
this is what I
live.
do anyway when y'all are like, who's this? Who's that? I'm like, dude, it's a fingertip away.
Oh my God. So Kat, let's see here. Blink twice if you're being held against your will. If he blinks 4 times.
McCat, Caleb, how do you say that?
Caleb.
Caleb,
Laugh something. There's more to it. Hold on. Oh, wow. Caleb McLaughlin. McLaughlin. Dude, that's a pimp ass suit he's wearing too. Show that to the audience. Hold it up. I dare you. You can get close. There we go. Yeah.
You can't really see the white keeps getting
There you go.
bleeded out.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's the man.
He is the man.
I like
Character. I mean, he's one of the best actors on the show, in my opinion.
him. Yeah.
If you had to rank Stranger Things actors, what would be like I feel like we agree that Lucas is at 1.
Yeah,
Right.
Lucas.
So who's the second best actor?
I like the little his little girl with the red hair.
Oh yeah, Max.
Max is cool.
She's pretty good.
She was a good addition.
I would say
on.
Dustin is
Dustin. Yeah, Dustin is the follow in, and then Millie,
and
then the other 2 dudes.
Well, and, we're a fan of Hopper in this
Yeah.
house. We named our dog after the character.
Oh, Hopper. Oh yeah, you can't.
He's
I'm
good.
Kids, though.
And I do think Mike's mom.
Renona.
Yeah,
I don't
Renona
know.
Ryder. Yeah, she does a good job. I totally blanked on her name for a second.
But I don't even really think. I only think of like
The
the
kids.
kids, and then what's his name? What's the dude?
The evil doctor.
No.
guy,
The guy that always gets beat up because he's protecting the kids, but he was a bully at first.
Steven?
Yeah, Steven's pretty
Steven,
funny.
he's pretty good.
Yeah, and then the other girl that they got that he was
The
working
older
with.
sister, I'm not
I'm
not sure that she's a bad actress. I've just never been crazy about her character.
Yeah, it's just not. I don't mean her, and then the brother.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
good.
those are just like
But
that extra filler. I was like,
Yeah. I mean,
cares
anyway.
about the older
Please
kids?
create the Lucas show as soon as possible. I think he should have his own missions, his own like mysteries to
Spin-off.
solve. Maybe
him and
Loose with Newtown.
what's her name?
Max's
Max.
girlfriend can stay.
Yeah.
After this training, I'll rescue you.
But what was
Okay, gotta get back to love Brad, part-time like you, Jack. Part-time like you? Man, I didn't even get any purple hearts. That's not fair.
Mhm.
Sean! What's up, man?
What up?
I know I'm normally not on camera this much. If you're just tuning in, it's because Kat's actually doing charity work. So we're going to try not to pick on her too much. So, but she can't do the show tonight. That's okay. It's okay. Lazy excuses.
You know, she could do the job and be going live.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's like a live training.
Oh.
So I think it would be like being in class and holding up your phone.
Well, Be
like, I'm live!
I'm
At the Red Cross!
This
lady up here is running her mouth about blood, and don't worry, I'm poking you with a needle. No. So real quick, I will say that I can use images. WTF Comics, which is a subsidiary. Y'all try to follow me here. WTF Comics is a subsidiary of WTF Broadcasting, which is one of the owners and sponsors of the show Issues With, which presents the breakdown. Yeah. So. Anyway, WTF Comics is going to be launching our first full Kickstarter for the Pagans soon. A comic book created by David Pagan. It's about a kick-ass. It's a fucking kick-ass Puerto Rican superhero like you've never seen before. If you're a comic fan, all I can compare it to would be like if Doctor Strange and Havoc and not really the Hulk, but maybe some other like hero that changes physically. Yeah. Like if you try to combine all those things, you might kind of get close to this whole crazy pagan thing.
Like more of a darker,
very dark.
What's his name? Shazam.
Yeah, it's almost like Shazam.
But more dark.
Yeah, it's fascinating. I don't want to give away too much, but we're excited about the book. This whole story is very. I would say it's high level, storytelling. I mean, there's a lot going on. But it keeps up. There's multiverse aspects and empathy aspects, positive and negative energies. But one of the things I'm really pumped about is our buddy Viet is creating one of the pop figures for backers on that Kickstarter. Just to give you guys a little sneak peek, this is off of his live stream on Twitch. You can look him up, comedian Viet, which I think actually I can do you one better. Let me get the link for you guys, because if you don't know about this guy, you're missing out. It's on the stream actually with the WTF Broadcasting, where you can watch his Twitch regularly, where he creates these pop figures. So you can actually let him, you can chat with him, you can talk about what he's doing. Yeah. That would be another video playing. Let me go back here so you guys can see our stupid faces. Yeah, here we go.
Cool little anime though. What was that?
Oh, that was if you ever get bored, tune in to WTF Broadcasting. That was just a short film.
Sweet.
WTF highlights creators from around the world. Yeah. Sean, I literally never get tired of seeing your Cloak and Dagger thumbnail. That's freaking awesome, man. Every time I put it up on the screen, I'm always like, yes, Cloak and Dagger fans, we need more of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just put the link in, and the show. Do I like the Cloak and Dagger show?
I only watched like 2 episodes, but I'm not writing it off. I just had it.
I didn't have a problem with it. It was like a show that didn't make me necessarily care if I missed episodes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was very, like you said, I'd like watch it. I did watch the first season, I think.
I didn't even get it. I just watched episode, like maybe 1 or 2, and I was like, I'd come back.
I didn't have a problem with the actors necessarily. She never felt right to me. The actress they casted
she didn't feel right.
She didn't feel right for some reason.
It's 2WB also.
2WB.
That's
2WB.
One thing that kind of was like, I'll get back to it. Because WB is.
Can we all admit that the WB shows really aren't good?
They do their job, and it's like great, but
this is not my
style. It's not my style. It's almost like a cheesier
I feel like it's for a younger
soap
group.
opera for
Yeah.
younger millennials. It's
like-
like soap opera.
It's the
shit.
90210 of comic content.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's better.
And I don't, seems so random, but go back and watch the first episode of Arrow. And I swear to God, as he's running on this rooftop, the first time you see him doing it, he's like a little kitten pouncing. He's just on like it's like there's a trampoline behind it. I'm not kidding, behind like an air conditioning unit, and he just goes, "Poo!" And you're like, really? Like it's adorable. So I couldn't take that show seriously after that.
Yeah,
And that Arrow, I feel, is very 90210.
Yeah, exactly. It's
That's
like
dating us. I'm sure
it feels like a soap opera and not like a.
Yeah, not crazy about it.
Yeah, I don't like the format of which they go about things.
This is what we usually debate is really pointless, silly stuff. That's what you guys get when Brad and I are in the same room.
Yes, sorry about that.
Yeah,
all right, moving on.
Yeah, WB. You know, DC's being talked, like there's talks about certain companies trying to buy DC.
Well, HBO has all their stuff.
No, like buy, like own, like the way that
Own
Disney
DC.
owns Marvel right now.
I would think
There's talk about
Warner
Disney
Brothers
and individuals, like literal individuals who have made a name in the industry are like talking about buying it out.
You know who should do
DC's talking about not putting out
It'd be
books.
dope if Blumhouse did it.
Oh, Blumhouse.
Yeah, Blumhouse.
That could be
I'm kind of
awesome.
like you know.
Oh yeah. Okay. It started off slowly. Agree. Came together well. At least in the part I saw, story arc wise.
Yeah.
It did. I love it when everybody agrees.
Yay.
But yeah, it's I'd like to see them do those stories darker. I mean,
Yeah.
Cloak and Dagger is dark stuff, guys. It's not just applying. Like I know, Epi and a lot of people are like Jack. You just want everything to be a darker version, but
No, I mean, but
I think it's
darker is
appropriate.
an easier cop out. I would just say more down to earth, like how they try to do the Dark Knight Rises and stuff.
Right.
Like kind of down.
Almost-
Like Marvel has the influence of comedy and everything else. Like they do the whole
Comedy,
world around
action,
it. Yeah, yeah.
serious,
They
dramatic.
can go that whole realm without having comedy.
Plus, I always felt like
Is what I think.
DC's like strength was the darker feel, like the Batman world, Gotham.
But like, ooh, that's brutal. Like all their villains are brutal.
Yeah, like the
And I would like them
brutal,
to use
right?
that like as far as like go about it as a horror. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like almost like the bad guys. It's the story of the bad guys being a
Did you
horror.
watch
They kind of come in.
the New Mutants? It was very much an attempt at a horror.
Yes, that was an attempt. I liked, but also am like, what?
It's not.
WTF?
It's not New Mutants, but what they did
Yeah.
actually worked much better. That was one that I was shocked because it felt like all the publicity was like, this is gonna be terrible. And I watched it. I paid nothing to watch it, kind of thing. I tell you, I was like, I'm not gonna pay real prices to watch this. And I was actually impressed. I was like, this is not.
It was. I mean, it wasn't bad.
We got a DC fan in the house.
Yeah.
Not knocking DC at all.
Not knocking DC. No, I love DC. Oh, they talked about redoing for HBO Constantine.
Yeah. That could be really awesome. A lot of good content to
HBO
work
Constantine.
with. Did you see Krypton? Because in real life, I've not.
I have.
It.
Yeah, like that's another WW.
That's Sci-Fi. It was on Sci-Fi Channel.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that Krypton.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Place
But I
in
saw
Superman's world.
when I saw it when it was coming out. I was like, oh yeah, I gotta check that
I
out.
watched parts of it, to be honest with you guys, but I never watched the whole thing. Cloak and Dagger has always been here. Yeah. Absolutely. And they did a good job, actually, in some ways on the show with that, but not in others. It's I could go on. I mean, it's one of those things I was like, at certain episodes, I was like, this is silly. A lot of times I get tired of characters taking so long to figure out something that I feel like anybody can see and be like, okay.
Yeah, all right, well.
Sometimes it's simple in terms of like, when we're together, things happen. Okay, well, how many times do you have to be around each other and some shit happens before
it already goes
it
off.
seems like when we're together, shit happens.
Yeah, I be feeling stronger.
Yeah. I'm shooting bright lights and
every day.
making crystallized like daggers in my hand. Maybe there's something to this. DC, I really, they're bringing the 1985 Michael Keaton Batman back, I think even to comics.
To do the Beyond.
Like they're going to do comics based on that Batman.
Oh yeah.
Which I thought that was cool. And then yes, there is talks about are we going to get Batman Beyond? And I think everybody wants Michael Keaton
Yeah.
to be the elderly Batman, right?
Yeah.
If you're not a Batman Beyond fan, go away.
Batman Beyond's not bad.
I mean, you can't see it because it's behind me, but I'm a big Batman Beyond fan. The comics, this is one of my favorite covers. Shout out to one of our sponsors, Gator Slab, or Gator Comics. If you guys want to check out Gator Guard, I'm going to get it right eventually. GatorGuardComics.com. They make these awesome slabs that you get green screws to match the green. I got Batman Beyond stuff all over the place. And I do have the whole series.
Like the Batman Beyond suit in the Arkham Knights video game?
See, I am not.
That's the only suit I use.
That's where you always have more experience than me. Is on the games. I've only played the first, I think it's Batman.
Well, I love all of them. And
I'm terrible about that.
They are great stories and great games.
To be fair,
they had the Batman Beyond suit.
Yeah.
And it is brutal.
Yeah. I've seen versions of the suit where the mask doesn't look like a mask. It looks like he's a demon. Oh. He looks like a demon, but his suit is more like body armor looking. That's pretty dope. I've always liked that iteration. But yeah, what a great, can we all agree that would be fucking awesome?
Yeah. I gotta figure out. I know.
So, Stranger Things and Titans are the standard. Are you talking?
Wait,
yeah, hold on, real quick. We're gonna.
Oh, the Titans is a great
Batman
show. I do love it. Show.
Batman Beyond Forever.
Titans is good.
Titans is good.
I like it.
I think it could be
a little bit
better,
but it's still a
shout out to the people who work on the fight scenes and stuff. They actually the choreography is very good.
Yeah, it's a good show. I like it.
That alley scene with Robin. Yeah, that first where he really kicks ass. It's awesome. Yeah, it's awesome.
I like Doom Patrol. Season 1 was my favorite. Season 2 is kind of like out there, and you gotta catch it on HBO.
I don't like it all the way. There's nothing about Doom Patrol I haven't liked, to be honest.
Oh yeah, so you got to see season 2.
Yeah, and Umbrella Academy, to be honest. Those are two big surprises in my opinion. The Locke and Key lost me. I don't know. Have you guys finished Locke and Key? I couldn't finish it. It wasn't
the thing I was impressed with because that's the writer of that is Stephen King's son, which I was like, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and he's obviously doing a lot of shows. He did the Nosferatu show. Well, Kat will probably yell at us because she's a big Locke and Key fan. Oh yeah, well, I don't know if she feels about the show. I know she loves the books. They are brutal fights. Thank you. Agree. Like the Titans. The Titans. Yeah, they're good brutal fights. Man. I wish they could have did more with what's his name? The demon dude of what you call it?
Which one? Wait, what?
Raven's father.
Oh,
at the end of season 1.
Yeah.
How they just kind of just like, okay, we're done with that. We're going to vanquish that shit.
I don't remember his name. If somebody remembers his name, I'll give you
Qui-Gon or some shit like that.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. When you bring him up, I just think about Teen Titans. That's the version I. Yeah. And now that I have a 3-year-old, they're not going to let Teen Titans go. I don't like Teen Titans Go. That's bullshit. But what? If you've got a little kid, at least you're watching something that isn't Baby John. What's the other one? Coco Melon. Oh my god. Yeah. I like the Teen Titans. Sean, that's what I mean. I lost focus. Locke and Key was very drifty, and did I care if I kept up with it? Not really. I think everybody, I don't even know how we got on shows, but now we're just ranking shows. I'm just ranking shows. I like shows. I watch shows. The Boys is definitely The Boys is up there. If you're tuning in, what is your favorite comic book adaptation? Like, we're not even getting into, 90s animation and shit yet. Oh, no, I'm going to go ahead and knock out the, it's for little kids, though. Like, my 3-year-old, she loves that art. You know what I mean? The big-headed. What's the DC thing with the smiley face and the comedian? Oh, The Watchmen? The Watchmen. I'm going to have to say that was a good... And I guess it's canceled, right? Yeah, it's canceled more episodes. I think the creator was mad that it wasn't his idea. It's just bull, man. Every time there's a good show, I think it's a female, actually. The writer is a... Because it's what is her name? Well, the actual writer of the comic book or the writer of the show? No, the writer of the show. Yeah. I hear that she is going to get to do the new Black Panther. Yes, I think was it the Black Panther or something else?
If it's not the Black Panther,
Blade. She's on Blade. If you guys
Blade.
haven't seen that,
which is gonna be
great writer getting attached to a great property. The Locke and Key books are phenomenal. I have not read them. I actually picked one up and stood there and flipped through it. I was like, maybe I'll get this, and then I did it.
Well, that's
Kat recommends it though, so.
Well, I'm glad to see that his son can do something without his name attached.
Yeah,
I mean, even though I'm messing it
up
by saying that a lot, but
who cares?
Like, that's just a good.
I mean, he did it without me knowing that though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he got that far without really.
Wait, hold on. Victor, I don't know if you caught it earlier, but I was totally showing off one
Boys
of my,
Umbrella,
yeah. The Gator Guard.
Umbrella season 2, the latest season I thought was the best so far.
Oh man, The Boys is like, and guys, if you haven't read The Boys, I highly recommend reading it. It's a great read. But it is very much like
worse.
Yeah, like imagining
and more
someone
detailed into
pitching that, like going into with people with money and saying, "I want to make this and put it on your station," and I feel like they would be like, "You're gonna kill our whole career, our whole channel." Like it's so violent and dirty, and like it's an adult book without a doubt.
They took
to invest in Joe Hill.
Which one's Joe Hill?
Well, Joe Hill, I think, is Stephen King's son.
Oh, yeah. Joe Hill is. Yeah, I'm glad
he doesn't have King.
He doesn't have King or nothing like that.
Well, yeah, I think that was the whole point. He didn't want to get by on the name. But so, Sean, do you have any recommendations besides Locke and Key that we should check out?
He's got a couple that are already on like Netflix and other shows. Because the Nosferatu. He also did. There's one more that's on Netflix. I can't think of what it is right now. He's already done he's already sold a couple, and he's making something else.
We're running out of beer, which means the show's almost over.
Oh no!
That's how we timed the show today.
Well, I got a couple more swallows.
What was I gonna say though? Yeah. On Netflix, big surprises, or not just Netflix, but in general. Shows that have been a big surprise to me was Garth Made Me a Believer. Garth. No, I have no idea about that. That's a Joe Hill character. That's what I thought too. I'm not gonna lie. Garth
made us all believers.
Garth who? Yeah. Sean, we can add you in if you've got a camera. Actually, if you just want to educate us real quick, just let me know. Now all I can think about is Garth from Wayne's World. Warrior, if you like kung fu action film stuff based on Bruce Lee's writings, watch it. It's so good. I think it's only on HBO Max though. The other thing that surprised me is Sweet Home. Have you seen Sweet Home? Okay, Sweet Home it's on Netflix, and it's South Korean, I believe it's Korean, and it's based on a webtoon, which is the first thing that caught my attention. It's just someone did a webtoon that people are like, that's awesome, and they decided to make a show. It's a show, not a movie, and it's very much in the vein of the zombie epidemic, virus outbreak feel, except that it's not zombies. It's like these monsters. Like people become monsters, and I mean, it's like if the guy who did Attack on Titan decided to do something that Guillermo del Toro would direct. That's the best way I can describe it. I mean, there's like jaws opening up and tentacles coming out, but there's also like giant babies and like spider-looking creatures, and there's like a worm snake thing that's just a giant eyeball at the end, but it like rotates to different eyes, and it's out there, man. And it's weird. I'm not gonna tell you it's the best. Sweet Home. I'm not gonna say it's the best visual effects. Sometimes it's the visual effects suffer a little, but man, they'd have to spend $100 million an episode to do all these monsters in every episode. It's awesome. It's a mind twist. Like I highly recommend it. If you
like Alice in Borderland?
I haven't watched it yet. It's in the queue. Everybody's like, there's two. There's Alice in Borderland, which is live action, and then there's something like it's an anime with a similar name, but it's like.
Oh yeah, I don't know the name of it.
That's on my queue. It's been recommended. I'm sure somebody can tell us the name of the show.
So yeah,
I'm describing and giving you no hints on.
I like to be lame and actually just put the voiceovers on.
The dub. Yeah, sometimes I watch I'm gonna be honest, actually. Now
I'll be accepting like, yeah, those are bad voiceovers, and eat it up. But
yeah, if they're really bad, I can't get past it. But I will say on Sweet Home, I'm actually watching it with the dub. I'm not reading the subtitles. I have the subtitles on no matter what, even if it's in English. I actually watch things with subtitles because there's noise, in a house or whatever. I just don't always hear words. But it's good, and the dubbing is not bad.
Okay.
But yeah, I have to say Netflix obviously taps the foreign market very hard, and I've noticed that Eastern European films on Netflix have the worst dubbing. And it's like there's one company, it's always the same voices. And I'm like, there's like one company doing dubbing for that region for Netflix, and some of them are awful. If y'all think that's offensive, I'm sorry. I just constantly see things. I'm like, that looks so good. I'm like, man, that looks so awesome. Except the dubbing is terrible. Like,
you should pitch that to Netflix and just get
do better dubbing.
We'll just be us. Dubbing.
It'll just be us. We'll just dub everything ourselves.
Dub masters.
By the way, nice mask. I thought
it was a panda, but it's a kitty.
It's a kitty. Is it? I thought
I would do that weird stuff, but people are into that, so I'm not into it.
Yeah, I just have black and gray, but you got a cat, man. That's great. That's great. I feel like this is a new thing, right? Like obviously not right away, but as the pandemic lets up, I'm not single, but as you're single, right?
Yeah, that's why I got a cat thing.
Is that like a great conversation?
Oh, yeah.
You'll go in a bar and you're like, meow.
No, they're just like, oh, I like your mask. I'm like, thank you. You already hit I thought it was a panda. But
yeah.
I love a panda. I'm a trash panda.
Pandas are awesome. A trash panda.
So,
anything
to get them smiling.
How would you know? Let's see, we've covered shows, masks. Comics, man, besides the stuff that, if you're not aware with WTF Comics, that is when you don't see me on this show producing this show, I'm writing and sort of producing in a way, chief edit, I don't know what you would call it. I try to handle the books and make sure they're all on schedule. We have a bunch of books. Go to WTFcomicbooks.com. There's fun stuff there to check out. The Pagan, again. Oh, wait, I moved the mouse. The Pagan is right around the corner, and we're gonna have all these awesome backer rewards, and we're partnering with a new company to handle the fulfillment. So you guys will be getting really cool stuff as quickly as humanly possible, despite COVID shipping issues. And I don't know. Some of us read comics. And have some.
Some of them hoard them.
It's not hoarding, it's collecting. Collecting is the word.
It's hoarding because you don't give me any.
How do you collect? But if I just gave you all my books, and I give you books all the time. I just gave you a kick-ass variant cover.
Yeah, only for me.
Wolverine. This is true. I'm one of those people. Sometimes I'm buying just something for me, and I know. I'm like, someone I know would like this, so I end up buying two. And just
try not to get that glare up.
It's hard with the glare. Yeah, sometimes back and front tilt is better.
Oh, more that way.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, and this is part of a connecting. I don't have the other one, but there's a connecting cover there. I like that. It throws me back to my '90s roots of the X-Men #1 with the ABCDE covers. That
they used to come with the fold outs. Yeah, I used to be stupid and hang them. I wish I hadn't done that, but shit happens.
Oh man. Okay, so he's going back in time with his readings. Garth Ennis. So we got to look up Garth Ennis. The Anita Black and the Vamps. Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. I have to be honest. I really my show watching is behind. My reading is behind in general. Having a kid is my go-to excuse because that's the main proponent. There's things I can't watch with her in the room, and there's only so much time to sit down and read. To be honest, I'm still reading the Thrawn trilogy. I'm trying to finish those up.
That's it. Garth what?
Garth Ennis. Ennis. I am big about the current Venom, Absolute Carnage stuff. If you guys aren't reading that, that's my go-to right now. It's keeping me entertained. The King in Black.
Vertigo. Oh, Preacher. The guy who did
Preacher.
Haven't watched Preacher, haven't read
Punisher. A Punisher franchise. The Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna look at his phone and not share it with you.
Yeah, because that's how we get down. Even though I did something weird.
What's the Punisher?
Probably a run.
Yeah. His 9-year run on the Punisher franchise. All right. I'm old school Punisher. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not super on top of the more modern.
Which I hope they bring.
Dang. That's a lot.
Yeah, he seems to be credited.
Yeah.
Well credited man.
Who needs to be credited? Just work from home with all your.
He's credited for working from home. I guess.
Oh, you know what?
Just
for the heck of it, let me explain to you why my wife's better than yours. Quick shout out to Valentine's Day. This is my Valentine's Day gift from my wife. How fucking awesome! Mandalorian, Baby Yoda. I know what his real name is. I don't care. He's Baby Yoda. Riding a bantha.
Wait. What's his real name though?
No, Goru.
Goru?
Oh my god.
I was always like Goku, but
Goku. That would be a different show.
Yeah, no.
It'd be interesting to see Vegeta show up though. You know,
he's
there's a cameo in almost every episode anyway. You might as well.
They should have him. Somewhat of a.
Before we wrap it up, I will say I just read that Michael B. Jordan might be returning in the new Black Panther.
Black Panther is going to get a spinoff like the Wakanda show too.
Well, but so how does his character come back?
Well, we're talking about Wakanda. We're talking about,
and he's a Killmonger, crazy mother, but like.
So they didn't show a funeral.
Technology
they didn't show a funeral or burying. They can always bring him back. I hope he doesn't turn good. That's not cool. But at least he can be like half whatever, kind of like almost like a Loki type thing.
Yeah. Well, we're all
not even that. I mean, I still don't think that. Like they love making bad guys I guess that's just giving them more humanistic.
Yeah, well, you start to like
because not everybody's a villain, right?
You like to start the bad guy. If the audience likes the bad guy enough, you can't keep him as a bad guy. If suddenly Loki showed up and like killed a whole family,
some people would still like that.
Evil. Most fans are gonna get pissed. I
might respect him more. I would respect the fuck out of Cobra if Cobra could hit something.
Yeah,
but they never did.
Stormtroopers don't hit shit. Cobra Kai.
Cobra. Their lasers. Star Troopers.
Their lasers are pointless. Did you ever notice that Cobra was always shooting these laser guns and it would hit all sorts of even if it was hitting the building, but nothing happened.
Yeah.
And explosions were random. There's like all these like explosions everywhere, but somehow they, the next episode they had plenty of Jeeps. They were always in another Jeep.
That's the thing about G.I. Joe. It was pointless.
Pointless fight.
Funny fact.
Was that the metaphor?
Thundercats. Dialogue is pointless. I don't even know if it is coherent.
Silver Surfer.
Silver
Hawks.
Silver Hawks.
Silver Hawks and Thundercats. Notoriously, nothing happened. Whole Silver Hawks.
Like the whole story. There's no story. It's just happening.
Something happened. There'd be an ad. There'd be a joke that didn't make sense. An ad. And it was all just like selling the toys, and then it was over. And you're like, next up.
Speaking of selling the toys, Captain Power. But that was good. You don't remember that? Does anybody remember Captain Power? Am I just the elitist of the toy world as a kid?
I was not up to
they were all about selling toys. But the way they sold toys was like it was interactive. So like the ship itself could so in the show and on the stuff that they would give like these little VHSs, it would have these little strobing lights that were either like red or yellow. And that would like, send a signal to say that you're hit or not.
Oh.
And you would just fly this little ship around and help them shoot.
No, that's all.
Yeah, no, it was cool.
That would be the coolest toy ever.
It was kind of like it's kind of like Power Rangers before Power Rangers was even a thing.
Oh, like
it's
maybe
the same guy did Power Rangers and all that stuff. Okay. The same guy, like as far as
So it was live action.
It was live action, but they also had cartoons, especially when it's for flying the ship.
Oh no, yeah. See, I know my Voltron, and I know there was VR. No, not VR Troopers. What was the other one? Voltron, and then there was an animated show that was about laser tag, but their laser tag stuff worked against the enemies from another something. That's really way old school. I don't expect it. I had like the lunchbox. I don't expect anybody to know what I'm talking about. Stormtroopers. Cobra Hawk can't. It's true. It's true. My favorite crossover joke about Stormtroopers not being able to hit shit is Meeseeks from Rick and Morty. Where you see like 10 Meeseeks like freaking out because they're trying to teach a Stormtrooper how to shoot. And it's like, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Yeah.
Just goes all around him.
Oh, Lord. I still love that in the first Star Wars or whatever, that Stormtrooper hits his head on the door. That's one of my favorite. Stormtroopers, they should just let them be dumb. Just accept that they're just dumb clones. There's something wrong with them.
What I felt funny is
we win by numbers, not
Finn is definitely a Stormtrooper. He's worthless. He's a worthless little dude. But I still love
Finn got shafted. Finn could have been much more.
Yeah, Finn could have been dope.
Let's see here. But Captain Powers and the Soldiers of the Future.
That is it.
I see.
And I thank you. So I'm not someone in some parallel universe that didn't grow up with the rest of y'all. So good.
Soldiers of the Future.
Soldiers of the Future. It was weird. So like he would go and
Sean is on point tonight.
Yeah, he would sit on the thing and he'd be like Captain Power. Like no one knows what Captain Power actually looks like. He was just this dude. He'd go on this thing. He'd have this gold fucking suit, and then the other people would go, and it'd be the jets, and the bad guys were like robots. It's kind of like Terminator took over, but these little robots, they look like Sauron, but they were like robotic. And then the bad guy was like, he looked like one of those things from Star Trek, which he was probably before Star Trek did it. The cyborg looking thing.
The Borgs.
The Borgs. He looks like a Borg. The main villain. And then, I mean, man, they were only concerned about selling toys because their whole world was like you could buy the little figures, but you buy these jets, and then with the jet you play with VHS, and then every time you come into a show, like when you're supposed to come to the show, you can watch the show and do like shit and play.
That's way
ahead of its time.
Yeah, that's way ahead of its time. That's interesting. Yeah. So we got lots of shout outs for once. Shout out to Ogo Toys, one of our other partners. Because they were just shooting new episodes.
It only jogged my memory.
It's a toy shop with all these awesome vintage toys. You guys, you ever need it? Like, you can't find some toy from your childhood that you want? Reach out to Ogo Toys on social media. But so he found one of these toys, and we've been talking about it ever since. Because I've never heard of this.
No one's really. Anytime I bring it up, it's like no. But then I brought it back to my brother, and he was like, "So I'm just a horny little teen." No. There's a little part in the beginning of it where this one of the ladies. And the thing she's like, let me pull it up on the monitor for you.
Oh,
and
really?
That's the only thing my brother remembers. Like, because we used to make fun of how she said it. Yeah, how she said it. He's like, he's like, oh my god.
Mature teenage boys, preteen boys. Do you remember Visionaries, Knights of the Magical Light?
Visionaries.
By the way, if you've got a camera, I haven't seen a response.
I'm gonna look it up.
But Sean, if you have a camera and you want to join us, I would love to hear about that. That's not one Visionaries, Knights of the Magical Light. That's news to me. Y'all remember Gummy Bears?
Yeah, bouncing everywhere.
That's right. That's right. It's bouncing everywhere.
Here and there.
Yeah, if anybody remembers the name of that laser tag.
What was it called? Visionaries?
Oh, it was Visionaries, Knights of the Magical Light.
It came up #1. Yeah, I do remember those fucking things.
I remember their suits and their
I remember the toys, like the little hologram on the chest. Yeah, I do remember that.
I have no idea what the hell that show was about.
Yeah, at all.
Like,
good call. I do remember that. Good call. Yes. Everybody was into everything.
Bouncing here and there, Victor, and everywhere. It was a good show. Okay, I don't care who you are.
Yeah, it was Gummy Bears, dude.
Gummy Bears was the jam. Everybody loved it. Captain Powers fought against.
Look at this serious though, like somebody's gonna bring it back. Look at this shit.
Little fan art.
Little fan art of goddamn.
I'm surprised it's not Johnny Depp or Keanu Reeves.
It almost was. It's goddamn. What's his name? He was on Walking Dead.
Oh, is that
this Negan?
Negan, yeah.
Negan's fan.
I am cameraless. Oh, that's too bad. Next time.
Little cheetah ones.
Yeah, the toys. That's right. I feel like those toys are easy to break.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I didn't have them for long, but I do remember the little hologram.
You know the toy that everybody everybody had some of the green Transformer construction.
Yes, I had the whole thing.
Yeah, but one always broke, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the back would break off or something. It wouldn't stay together.
You didn't play with them.
That's right.
They did not break.
That was an 8-year-old being
so if you're like, I've got it from my childhood, you never played with it.
Yeah, because that shit broke.
So
it's like every vehicle that had a windshield. The windshield was gone by the time we were 15.
I don't know if you ever remember the Rolling Thunder, but I had the whole damn fucking thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
I still played with it. I had one of those giant ass wheels off of it.
Oh yeah. No, you still played with it. You broke the toys, but you were like, whatever. I think I even super glued a few of my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle arms to my GI Joes.
I used to take mine apart when the rubber band broke on them.
Yeah.
And do that and put more rubber bands. Yeah. Well, it used to be this black one, but you could take like a thick rubber band and kind of wrap around a couple times. But it was hard to get it back. But once you got it back, he was tight.
Yeah. If you take off the head of a Barbie, throw an M80 in there, and you're Sid from Toy Story, right?
I used to do weird things with M80s.
Let's see. That was
sorry.
That came out strange. Yeah. Go to Pornhub.com and check out.
No, it's nothing about porn. It's destruction.
It's destruction.
It's destruction.
Destruction of something.
Of things. What else you want to play with, huh?
Yeah.
We'll play with all his toys later.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of them.
These are action figures, first of all, and collectibles.
They look like
we were discussing pop figures. Let me ask you guys something. Is pop figures going to be the Beanie Babies of the future? You know what I mean?
Is it? Well, it's the Beanie Babies of right now.
But you know what I mean? In terms of them, people think they're going to have value and then they're worthless.
Yeah, so Beanie Babies became
worthless. They're worthless. Yeah. And so the question is do you guys think that's the future of pop figures that we're?
I don't know. They're pulling out all types of characters, and they're all type right there you got.
Oh yeah, I got Dark Crystal. I've got.
they got everything.
I got Die Hard.
Is that John McClane?
Yeah, No Shoes, Blood on Feet. Both gifts from my wife. This is one of my favorites, actually. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Doc Holliday.
Oh shit.
Val Kilmer, Doc Holliday.
Should be Huckleberry. Your Huckleberry.
Yeah, I'm your Huckleberry.
They should have put your Huckleberry.
This is one of my favorites. I dig them. Like I said, we're having them made for our own comics. Like people love them. I love them. We're not going to talk about how many
toys
Cat owns.
Cat owns more than you.
Cat owns more than Jesus. She owns more than anyone. It's ridiculous.
She's stockpiling them.
The Constructicons.
Yeah,
I do remember the Constructicons. That's it's funny. They like 80s and early 90s. There was a whole slew of shows that seemed to really stick with people, but it was one season.
Yeah,
it was like it didn't go on and on.
It was because the toys itself was like
the toys, the posters, the shirt. Like who didn't have the He-Man shirt? And.
A Grimlock and all them, they were the jam.
And the wrestling even at the time was so different because wrestling was very much merged into that same world. Your friend that had the Millennium Falcon and the Macho Man Randy Savage, Stretch Armstrong, rubber toy guy,
in there,
they were the shit. He went to their house, pew, 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 and he's like, oh yeah, when that was that time, Stretch Armstrong, that was the jam, right?
I like He-Man.
He-Man was a shit. He-Man had great side characters. I was always impressed by everyone other than He-Man.
He-Man, Who cares about that
villains
guy?
were cool looking. The
He's
man with
just strong,
many
but the other ones
faces
they had,
or whatever.
They had that one dude with the small crab hand and then the huge
Yeah.
crab hand.
Yeah, he
You
was
put
like
it back-
made up of all these
Yeah.
different things, and Skeletor's badass. Let's be honest.
I always
He's
liked Skeletor, man. He used to have the killer snaps. Like, you bumbling boo.
Yeah.
he'd be killing them.
How about sci-fi series The Highwayman with Sam Jones? Not familiar. So sci-fi again. I honestly do not watch much
Sci-fi.
on sci-fi.
Yeah, I don't watch enough sci-fi channel.
You know,
I need to though.
when I think of sci-fi,
I don't think
I think
they're bad
of
at all. I just
Firefly. You know, like
Yeah.
Happy was good. I think that
Firefly.
Was
What was the other one?
Firefly is going way back.
Oh yeah, they made a movie of it, which was
Oh
called,
yeah, which was the name of it. Which
what was it called though? It was
now you got me.
Firefly
I had it 2
and
seconds ago.
Serendipity.
What? No.
It was
Now,
Serenity.
Serenity. Oh, look at that.
Serenity.
Before I had to.
Serendipity.
Serendipitous. It's trying to sound smart, but fucking up as a geek. It's
Yeah.
terrible. It's just terrible.
I'm in between worlds.
Well, this has been fun.
Yeah.
Kat, we miss you. Part-time miss you. But
Now we
you're
full-time
doing good
miss you.
work. If you are in North Carolina, I mean, the whole country seems to be struggling right now with winter storms, but I'm told tonight is a big winter storm for North Carolina.
Really?
So
I
batten
didn't
down
get
the
home.
hatches, stay warm.
Mhm.
Our power grid will probably stay on though, compared to other places where they don't need
Power.
federalized.
Oh, let me.
Whatever.
Yeah.
We won't go
It's
into
been
that.
an hour.
It's been an hour. It's been 52 minutes and 48 seconds.
Yeah.
Now.
I'm gonna.
Thank you for joining us,
Yeah.
Bradford. We have some files we're moving over because
Yeah,
there's
and-
always an alternative.
Are they getting to see us do the files?
No, they can't see it.
You
It's
should
2
show
hours.
it.
You're not going to get them tonight.
Is it still what?
I told you.
Mine took 17 minutes. I did it slowly. It
In
did
his
take me all
world-
night,
in
but it
his
moved
world,
faster than
There's
this.
like a black hole where gigabytes move faster than they move anywhere else
Dude,
in the
I'm
world.
telling you, my
Terabytes, I
laptop.
should say terabytes.
If I did, but see, I only did them one at a time.
Right, over a day and a half.
No, over one night. One night I watched some movies. I watched
Watch some movies. So
there's a
6
weird movie
hours,
called
which is actually what
Psycho
this
Gorman was
terabyte
hilarious.
plus is taking.
Psycho Gorman was good. Check out
Psycho Gorman. I've heard to watch that. Thanks, gentlemen. Enjoyed it. Stay warm. Be smart, y'all. Be
Yeah.
safe. If there's a snowstorm near you, don't go out
Don't
and
you
drive unless you really
antagonize it.
have to. Don't piss off the snow.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. We will do the closing. We're going to try to do Cat Proud here tonight.
Highwayman is a series from the late 1980s.
Oh,
Who's Highwayman?
We'll go back and read all the comments and watch
Okay.
these shows
All right.
because we're clearly behind. Peace, y'all. Cat's gonna hate us. Why? You're like, what's wrong with y'all? Ruining my show. Just for crap. What do you do? She dances. This is my version of dancing. Still dancing. Thank you for joining us. Cat, we'll see you next week.